And like the whole like, granted he was fucking annoying about it, but it was just the fact like the dude was like was fit. And it's like, oh yeah, it's like all of this was just like based off of plant-based stuff. I'm like, oh cool, great. Friggin', we went to like a what was it called? It was like a fucking franchise that like works with salads, which is to me is the weirdest fucking thing. Like, yes, let's base a franchise off of shit we put on the side. I think it could have been that, but still, it's just
a salad.
Have you guys ever known someone in like high school or like any point in your life during school that like would fake something for like clout or something, or to get attention?
Yeah.
I knew this girl in high school who faked being pregnant.
Yeah, we've all met people.
Oh, fuck! Fuck! I was gonna say someone else. I found, like, I met somebody who, like, faked being, like, a quote-unquote gangster. And God, he was, like, when I found out, like, I laughed. Because the way that my friends found out that he was, like, lying about it was that it was through the fact of, oh yeah, this is, like, when he said he was part of a gang, it was nothing like what we, like, actually expected. It was like some shit club.
Insane.
Well, I mean, no, not technically, but it's important to build up a back catalog for when we get big. Which leads me to the other news, which is, I got us a new case. I finally broke into Lilith's email account and sent out a request to all Crimson Raiders to report anything spooky.
Spooky? We after breakfast cereal mascots now. Maybe a haunted amusement park.
Shut up, it worked. Private Francis is stationed in Grass Canyon. He says he's been hearing spooky voices at night. Direct quote, go down and find him.
Jesus. Alright, well, let's go and find him.
Alright, wait. Let's go back to the whole vegan thing. I hate people who do the whole like, oh yeah, I got all this from like plant-based stuff like this kind of thing. It's like, congrats. I could probably get that jack just from eating fucking KFC constantly. It's literally a case of as long as you can,
as long as you're eating protein.
Balance out. It's like not just like it's just like whatever you eat, as long as you can go and like balance that out with the amount of exercise needed to be able to burn off the fats and actually be able to build your body up, then it doesn't matter what the fuck you eat.
As well as I think there were plenty of people that proved that losing weight and that kind of stuff is just a caloric deficit. So it doesn't matter what you eat. You can literally eat Twinkies or whatever as long as it's less than what you're eating now.
Like, the only reason why people say to eat healthy is literally just because the vitamins are not in the foods. Like, it's not in a Burger King burger. It's not in, like, you know, a Twinkie. Like, you need your vitamins. You need your nutrients. That's why people ask for it.
I don't know how some people manage to come into Burger King every single fucking day, dude. Like, I would work at Burger King, and I'd have, like, these people come in, and I'd see them every single day at the same time of day, and I'm like, how the fuck are you doing this?
Okay.
Every single day of the month.
So, it's funny that you mentioned that, because my friend that I'm actually going to be visiting over in July, he's right now training to go into the Olympics. And he burns so many calories, and his body fucking overworks. There has been a time where he has not eaten anything.
You made it?
Well, not eaten anything, but he hasn't worked out. Eaten, like, literally the same amount of calories that I do. Which is, like, almost twice, like, maybe, like, a third of, like, 2/3 of, like, oh no, whatever. But a lot of food, and he loses weight. And it's just like, what? How is that possible?
You're working out that much. I mean, didn't they show, like, even though I know Armstrong actually did dope up, there were plenty of times where it's just like your body.
Oh, claptrap play.
So, I also mentioned the fact of like, I know at least over here on the news, at one point they showed like a Olympic swimmer's like diet, and like it was literally like, you know, those like big news tables. It was just filled to the brim with like mainly pastas, but a lot of like carbon-based foods and stuff.
So
it's just like fucking insane.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because they did that with Michael Phelps. This motherfucker eats, I think, 15 to 20,000 calories, and he burns half of it in literally half a day.
Yeah,
Like,
just because of how much they work out and how much they have to work out.
Yeah.
and the interesting thing is like he is thinner than me. Like he weighs less than me.
Yeah, but
Which is
he's
just-
also way more shredded than you.
Touche. I think his like what's it called? His cow. Oh, well, that's nice.
It's not a murder without a body.
I mean, there's a kidney.
Nope, I got nothing. Just a vagueness.
I'll find the body.
It's not a murder without a body.
Not really with dead body. Shut up! You already said it.
I am unseen.
Nope,
I
I
can
got
make
nothing.
money if you want.
Vagueness.
Over too quick.
I can turn her into the
It's not a
body.
murder without a body.
Oh my fucking god! Please.
I don't want this to be a repeat of Kingdom Hearts with the get on the Hydra's back.
Get on the Hydra's back!
I actually saw her play that out.
Oh my god! It's turning into that. Someone
What were
find
you-
the bug.
What were you saying, Raven?
Just a
I was
vagueness.
just saying I have plans to make me go through the Kingdom Hearts series.
Murder without a
Uh,
body.
The experience of that at some point.
Yeah, have fun with that in Kingdom Hearts too.
Yeah, will do. Apparently,
It's like, I love the Kingdom Hearts game, right? But there are moments where I'm just like, please, stop.
It's not a murder without a
yeah,
body.
because like right now, I'm in this one, and I kind of not so much fuck myself, but I definitely put myself on hard. But,
There we fucking
because
go.
I essentially said sword and magic, and on the Odyssey, I think I can also. So I have like no defense.
Well, it's nice to know
Yeah, the
that.
choice, what choices did you like make when you were answering the question? Because that determines like how fast you level up. I think.
Oh, I remember. I don't remember the answers, but I think I picked basically like this average out. Like I didn't come on them quicker later.
Yeah, because like the choices. Surprising, I think in Hearts 1 and 2 are the only ones to do this. Because I don't think in Hearts 3 does it. I think. But Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 had a thing where the choices you make in the beginning essentially decide what skills you're going to get in what order and how fast you're going to level up. Whether it's going to be fast or slow or medium. And it's like, not knowing that as a kid, whereas a fucking pay, because I would level up slowly because I didn't realize I was making the wrong choices. But now, I know all the choices and like, I know what they are, and I have them written down if I ever need to know. If I ever forget it.
At some point we'll continue. Yes, we will, Yak. Yes, we will. I need to get off my lazy ass. But yeah, luckily I've been having Yak there with me, so he's been helping me out with this.
Kingdom Hearts is a fun game. It's just at some point you get to a point in the story where you're like, yo, what's going on now?
That's me already.
It's like, here's the thing, right?
Oh god, Norden!
Kingdom Hearts 1 is fairly like simple, fairly easy to understand. Kingdom Hearts 2 is like, oh hey, yeah, we're gonna introduce some new elements, not too complicated, and hey, we're gonna be birth by sleep, and it's like, hey, here, have a bunch of fucking backstory.
Oh god.
And then you get this dream drop distance, where it's like, yeah, now we're super fucking complicated for the sake of being complicated.
Rip them to shreds.
I'm gonna be real honest, if it weren't for Dream Drop, even though the story would be complicated, it would be nowhere near as fucking complicated.
Oh, Dream Drop was the one on the 3DS, right?
Yeah, it's 3DS, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That one was fun.
It's like, I love Dream Drop, right? It complicated the fucking story so much.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I like stopped. After playing 2, I'm like, I don't want to know. I just kind of want to play the games, so I just played them. I don't really know what happened.
I get that, right? But like, when I play Kingdom Hearts, I'm invested in the story a lot. I'm invested in that fucking story, which is probably why Kingdom Hearts 3's story disappointed me a bit.
Ale?
Gold Hunter, I know Claptrap's a
I love all the games, right? Except for Recoded. That game can go fuck
I
itself.
think we should look at that pipe back at the crime scene. Can you go
Which
talk
also
to
reminds
him?
me, that guy with the ball that you find on the island, fuck him.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
I don't know. I think
He was a fucking bitch.
I think the interesting part is like out of
Yeah, sure.
like I don't know. I don't like for me it's just like I didn't really have that much of a care for Kingdom Hearts because it's like yeah, it's like I used to play it, but then it's like I kind of just stopped. I just never really bothered with it. And then when I like had like, oh hey, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. Then I find out there's like 500 different fucking games, and I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with this shit anymore. Like the fact that they have to make like 500 like different random games. It's
Wait,
just
who,
like
wait, who was Swordboy? Like we're talking about like Kingdom Hearts 1 Island, or?
Yeah. Because when I was playing, what you call it?
Right?
Huh?
I think that's Tidus?
Something like that, yeah. All I know is that, like, when I was fighting against all of them, the fucking one with the ball, he pissed me off the most just because of his one. Yeah, because of his bad accent and the fact of when it came to all three of them attacking you at the same time, he was the one being the cunt.
I never. I don't know. I think maybe it's just because of how many times I played. The only one who gives me trouble there is Sophie. Like nowadays, anyways.
Yeah.
Tidus, the guy with the sword, I know how to counter him easily. Waka, I literally farmed the fuck out of him for XP points because of the attack points you get from hitting his ball back at him.
Yeah, I chose not to like do that too much, even though I definitely think level 2 from him. But he was a bitch. Just still like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
For whatever reason, I always have trouble fighting Sophie for some reason.
That's a pretty solid
Which was funny because I think like Sophie was the easiest one for me when I was actually fighting. At least when I learned that what do you call it? That you could actually fucking collect an attack.
Try knocking on the door to
Because when I first did it, I first went against Waka and I basically just ran at him trying to smack him. Didn't even care about deflecting. I nearly got him at one point because of it.
Where are
Why
you?
so slow?
Not that far. What was it? Just met up with. What was his fucking fate name again? Max? No,
Are you in Traverse Town?
I'm in like the first town, yeah. There you go to after the whole.
Traverse Town, yeah. Who have you met up with someone?
I met up with like 2 other Final Fantasy people again.
Leon and Yuffie?
Yeah, that's it. I'm at that point. I went a little bit further, but then I accidentally died somewhere. But yeah, I'm still early in, so.
Hey.
One time, too many!
yeah, honestly.
I always end up grinding to the point where I can like fight Leon and just beat him every time.
Fair enough.
There was an X-Men Origins game on the DS. And I remember playing that game so much that there's a boss fight at the start that I thought originally was scripted to lose, but it's not, because you can just beat him. You just have to know how to play the game. And I got to the point where I beat him every fucking time. It was like a cool achievement for the game. And it unlocked like a suit for you. It was always cool. It's always cool when games have like the ability to beat something that it feels like you can't unless you know how to play the game.
Yeah, I like that, but sometimes I feel like it's a bad idea in some games. Like Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I pine for death,
that game pissed me off so much, and the reason why is because you could beat. I think it's for basically the first half of the game where you're beating bosses, you're beating these enemies, but then the cutscenes would end and you would lose. But then the cutscenes would start and you would lose the fight, and I'm like, I just kicked this guy's ass.
Oh, that would suck.
And it happened so much throughout the first half of the game that I'm just like, am I ever gonna win a boss fight? Like, Christ.
Well, I'm more meaning like not that it would like affect it, so it like forces you to lose, because like it wasn't in the X-Men Origins games. It wasn't like a forced lose. It was like you were dreaming or some shit or something like that. Like it wasn't actually. It didn't affect anything, and there wasn't then a cutscene that showed you losing. There was then a cutscene showing you waking up, right? And I don't think if you beat Leon, isn't that like a good thing in that game? Like, isn't there like a different cutscene?
There is a slightly different cutscene. What happens is that, like, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I last saw the cutscene, Leon is tired during the fight, and instead of us, like, kind of like laying on the ground after him having beaten us, we're still standing there, and then we faint from being so exhausted, I think. But he doesn't knock us out afterwards. I think it's fainting from being exhausted that happens if you win. I know Yuffie jokes about Yuffie makes a joke about us like tiring him out. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, we fucked him too hard.
Yeah, there he is. We got him down, guys.
The hunt takes all.
It's been a while since I've seen that cutscene though. I'm gonna be playing Kingdom Hearts again soon though. So I'll probably get to see that cutscene again.
I'll just be going through it, be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yay!
Fair.
Because I've never played one before. Like until like obviously recently when I was playing with like Yak and one of my friends.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 is probably I'm thinking because I think a mix of release and chronological order is probably the best way to go. The weird thing is that like playing Birth by Sleep is gonna be an interesting one. Are you gonna actually are you playing them through chronological order or just release order? Because I know technically you're already not doing it chronological, I'm assuming, but are you doing a mix or do you know what order they're having you play it in?
I don't remember. Yak, what order are you having me play in?
Yeah, help me out.
Fucking, you know what I mean, Yak. Yeah, has it been 2.5 months ago already? Nah, I can't think so. Well, I guess it has. Fucking, there's been a lot of shit going on for me, so.
Hands up.
Personally, I like going through the games in release order just because, you know, not having the previous stuff, the sequel, prequel, spoil things is interesting and nice. But at the same time,
And the what?
Oh wait,
the order
that
like. I'm assuming that means you're doing Chain of Memories and then Chain of Memories is such a wildly different game.
Isn't that the one with cards?
It is the one with cards, but the gameplay.
I've never actually played.
The gameplay on the Game Boy was absolutely like kind of bad, but then the gameplay on the PS2 remaster was actually fairly good, which is the version that they used for the remix. Like, it's not the best, but it's still much better than what it was in the Game Boy.
I would assume. Yeah, the Game Boy Fear, being as amazing as it was, had its limitations.
Yeah.
I thought you were a fucking COV there,
Doing
Raven.
Chain of Memories before 2... Yeah, doing Chain of Memories before 2 is a good idea, just because Chain of Memories came out before 2, technically, I think? I think? When did Chain of Memories come out?
Somewhere.
Chain of Memory, because I know when 2 came out. Chain of Memories was December 2004. Wait. Okay, yeah, that was a year before Kingdom Hearts 2.
Wait, what?
Huh? Hold on. What?
I see what's happening.
what's happening.
There you go.
What's going on, guys?
And then... There you go. The explosion was making it undo the thing.
I remember, so this was a huge mistake when I played the Kingdom Hearts series, so I don't think I've ever actually talked about this. My first time playing Kingdom Hearts was Kingdom Hearts 2.
Same.
And so I jumped into it, not knowing any context of the story beforehand. And so so by doing Kingdom Hearts 2, I had completely not played Chain of Memories or 1 at all.
Same.
I ended up getting 1 a little bit later on after I played 2, and Chain of Memories as well on the Game Boy. And I remember playing that on Game Boy, and I was like, oh my god, this is a weird game to play. Like, playing Kingdom Hearts 2 with no context from 1 or Chain of Memories, it's
incredibly confusing.
Yeah. There's so much story in it that I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I think that's probably one of the reasons why I, then going into the other games didn't really pay attention as much, because I was enjoying playing Kingdom Hearts 2, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I just kind of learned to tune it out.
Yeah, so that was kind of the weird thing with 2, right? Because I played it and I'm like, who are these characters? Who is Sora? Who is Roxas? Who is this blonde girl?
What does it matter?
And then I find out, oh, they're from 1 and Chain of Memories. Obviously not Roxas. Roxas is the Kingdom Hearts 2 original character, until they eventually made the confusingly titled 358 over 2 days.
And I don't die. Would that work? Before I don't kill you.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting what is he upset?
He's upset
that they never remade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, here's the thing about 358, right? Like, 358 was a really cool plot, really good story, but it had some very basic gameplay. And part of that was because it was on the DS.
This is not for you to know.
But then, when they put it in the collection, they didn't port the game over. They ported the story over. So they're like, what they did is they made it into a mini movie where some of it is text and the rest of it cutscenes. So when you buy the remix and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play 358 over 2 days so I can get context on Roxas, it's like, yeah, no, you're actually going to be sitting there for however long the movie is to read a bunch of text and watch all the cutscenes from the DS.
Huge.
And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I love that game because it's just really good story. I didn't watch the movie or cutscenes.
What we need to do is find Francis's head.
You're still stuck on old clues. A true mysterious Leorino knows that the only clue that matters is the most recent one. I'll bet I can open any hatch in this place and find a better clue than you.
Fair enough, then.
I'm willing to bet that's not true, Clawtrap. Yeah. And then I remember for Kingdom Hearts 3, they had these, Kingdom Hearts 3, they had added these things in the menu for you to be able to, like, catch up on the story. But, like, they're so vague that, like, you're missing so much context on characters and other things that it's like, if you were to play Kingdom Hearts 3, after, like, reading that stuff that they provide you, it's like, what? Who's this character? Why is this person so important? Why should I care about this person? For some reason, their summary stuff in the Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff just kind of sucks.
Look! This pipe led to the first murder scene the whole time! I found Red's head in this dumpster.
I think they did the same to Recode It that they did to 358 over 2 days with the cutscene text hybrid.
You are laughable. Now play back Francis's last recorded entry.
Possible.
Ramses.
Co-host?
Which I'm not too broken up over that, because Recoded wasn't a very good game.
Please, I did everything you wanted. I brought them to the vaults you showed me. Just let me go.
You have been most useful. Your actions have adjusted the course as intended. But no one can know this.
Why are you making me pour sardine oil everywhere?
Scans are very efficient.
No! Stay away! Good Skaggy! Good Skaggy!
Wow. So the whole mystery was that
Eco is practically pointless story-wise. I want to know.
Yeah, Recoded. At first, I thought it was gonna play a part in 3. It does nothing in 3, and I'm like, okay, well, that's enough.
I think we're actually onto a supernatural murder spree. But even as that thought makes a chill go down our spines, so too has the trail gone cold. We're left with a dead end and only questions to keep us company. 3 seemingly unrelated victims.
So I'm about to
all
shove this
sharing
cactus
the
up my ass if you keep
bizarre
talking.
Each case growing more and more.
Same, dude.
grislier. Thanks for listening.
Alright, going in.
Murder spree? Well, this podcast has officially
Ooh, it hurts kind of nice.
Silent Shark. 1 star, unsubscribed.
I like the points.
You know, when they say rip for her pleasure, I didn't think they meant that.
Hey,
I
okay.
still need to play Melody of Memories.
Let's
Get
just
Rip Boy like this.
continue
Makes my
on
pleasure.
this so we
True.
can get past this displeasure of this fucking... of this, technically this fucking...
Okay, we gotta go back to
Fine.
Sanctuary then.
I think the DLC is fine so far, considering.
No, he's referring to Cactus being pointy for his pleasure.
But what happened with the travel
Yo.
cancel? Why did it get canceled?
What? Oh.
The travel
They always
started,
said anything could be a dildo if you're
I don't know why.
If you're brave enough.
I can put us back in.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just wish Recoded made sense to the story. And as for now, it's just like, oh yeah, there's a side story that happened with these characters that's not really gonna be part of the plot.
Yeah, there's